This video is about 4 months late. I was supposed to do this video back in February, technically January. But you know what? I always say better late than never. So here we are. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jazz. I am a multifaceted creator and I just do a whole lot of things. And today we're going to be doing a design with me video. Now this is part 1. I don't know how many parts this is going to be, but this is part 1 and we are going to be building a brand and designing a brand. And I need to do this because if I don't do this, it will never get done. So what makes sense in my head is if I just start recording and pushing it out, then I'll post it and then it'll get done. It makes sense to me, so that's all that matters. So good thing is I already have a brief done because I am in this community where we do design challenges from time to time, or at least someone posts them. Now, if we actually do them, that's different because life be lifing, but I already have a design brief. I'll put it on the screen, but we'll just kind of run through it. So I already have like a concept in my head and I kind of already know what I want to do. And let me preface this by saying I actually did record this before, but my hard drive crashed, RIP. So the footage I did have is gone. So starting fresh, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so this challenge, and I will link the Discord in the description box so you guys can join. We have fun in there from time to time when we're not busy, and you know, like I said, life be lifing. I'll put it up on the screen, but this challenge is by Where's Nomad inside of our group. It's called Genius HQ. And basically we are designing a Black-owned ice cream shop. So the objective is to design a compelling and cohesive brand identity for a fictional Black-owned ice cream shop that celebrates culture, creativity, and community. So start that over. The deliverables are brand name, logo design, a color palette, and typography, packaging for mock-up for ice cream containers, pints, cones, or wrappers. The optional is a tagline or slogan. The specifications is that it has to include at least one culturally inspired design element, whether that be patterns, textures, or colors. We can only use a maximum of 3 colors in the primary palette. And then you can have 2 additional secondary colors, so a total of 5 colors, which is usually what I do when I do design. I usually do like a 5. And then you have to provide mock-ups that show the branding and provide mock-ups that show branding applied to real-world items. So this is supposed to be like a judging type of thing, so there was like some additional criteria, but I didn't actually do it in that time frame, so we're going to ignore all that. And then the optional bonus challenge was to design a social media poster, flyer, or anything like that to celebrate the brand's grand opening. So that is the design. So what I want to do in this part 1 is design the mood board and maybe possibly pick a color palette. Now, I did go through and to speed this process up so I'm not here all day, all night. I did go through and already collect some pictures for a mood board. So that's primarily what we're going to do. And I will basically talk through my reasoning for picking all these pictures. I just need to go and grab, I want to record my screen. Now, before, I've used QuickTime before to screen record. And I'm telling you right now, QuickTime, if you lose my footage again, we gonna have a problem. Take it how you want to take it, but if you lose my footage again, we will have a problem. So let me grab my quick time so I can screen record while I talk to you guys. And we're just gonna kind of talk through all these different elements. Okay. So I need to, I guess I can do that later. I think if I stay right in these borders, that should be good. I never know how to crop it. But if I keep my screen just like this, it should be good. All right. Start recording that. Perfect. All right. So essentially, as you guys can see, I've already kind of like came up with a name. I'm going with scoops on scoops, like racks on racks, because this is culturally relative. I'm pretty sure I have a tagline already, and if I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But I did come up with a tagline already, and I have to go back through my text messages with my friends, because I did, when I first started this, I sent out a couple of different names, and we decided on scoops on scoops. I don't know why I love that, and I really need to find, I kind of want to stop and go find it, but I'm not, because if I do, I'll get distracted. Let me grab all of these photos and drag them to I have a lot of photos. So usually when I go through and I do any type of, usually the client would do this homework for me, but I always tell people to pick anywhere from no more than 25 photos. I'm pretty sure I did more than 25, but no more than 25 photos, and you don't think about it. Like, don't like put too much thought into it, because you'll like change your mind. I tell them to scroll through Pinterest, scroll wherever they get their inspiration from, and just grab like anything that speaks to them about their brand. And that's usually because I like people to go with their first, like your first thought, like trust your gut. So I tell them to grab the pictures that speak to them. Like, don't think about it. Don't think too hard. Just pick 25 photos and drop them into either our Pinterest board or into our Google Drive. And then we'll go through and we'll condense and say what really speaks to the brand as we get through all of that developing and that messaging, things like that. Because if you think too much into it, then you start critiquing things like, oh, well, I want to pull this element from this brand, I want to pull this element from that brand. And that's not essentially what you want to do, because now you have Frankenstein something together. So if you go with your first thought, it's truly what you feel in your heart and you didn't put too much thought behind it. The brand designer will put the thought behind it to actually bring your vision to life. So right now it should kind of feel like you're all over the place, because you haven't defined what your brand truly is. So pro tip is just to go with your first mind, pick 25 photos and drop them somewhere, and then walk away. And then when your brand design comes back, they should, if they've done their homework and done it correctly, they should be able to sift through all of that to bring your vision to life. So just wanted to throw that out there. So going in and grabbing all of my photos, I'm dragging them on to my board. Lots and lots of photos. Y'all, I am like so out of practice as far as like shortcuts and all the different types of things. So, forgive me, but we're going to get to do this together. A lot of these photos are probably just pictures of ice cream. I mean, duh. But a lot of these are like pictures that I kind of actually wanted to use when I start doing the mock-ups and things. So they might not make it to the mood board. Yeah, lots and lots of ice cream. Like, that's a good mock-up photo. Let me make my screen a little bit. There we go. So that's a good one. I love that take. That's more of a mock-up. I don't know why I grabbed that one. That was cute. That was cute. I'm gonna have to pull the a lot of these are just like photos I wanted to use for my mock-up. So that is, I kind of will already have what we are going to use for mock-ups. But as far as mood and board, let me go back to the brief. It's mostly just cultural relevance and culturally inspired design element, 3 color palettes, and the shop's aim is to merge bold, flavorful aesthetics with an inclusive and welcoming environment. So use this challenge to explore how you can design, how design can celebrate heritage and connect with diverse audiences. Okay, so when I hear that, I don't want to do the normal diaspora green, yellow, and red. I want to do something super duper vibrant, but that's kind of like retro. When I'm thinking, it doesn't have to be retro, but as far as culture, because my name is Scoops on Scoops, I think I want to get more of that 90s vibe that was kind of like grungy but colorful. I might have to go back and find some more pictures. There was another photo that I liked. Oh, I still got photos underneath here. Hold on. I still got photos underneath here. Jesus. There was another photo that I wanted to crop. I can't find it. But this right here, like that is, if you really look into it, that is really culturally defined with the big rings and the colors and like just that 90s feel. I really want to go for here it is. I really want to go for a 90s feel when I'm thinking about it, not necessarily like the diaspora colors. So thinking about that, I really like this text. I would love for, as you can see in some of my font choices that I already kind of picked out, because like I said, I did try to move this along. I love that font. I love this design. I'm not seeing a color palette I like yet. I might have to go and grab some more photos, y'all. I might. This is usually not how I do my mood boards. I have a template, but I just don't feel like going to find it. I just don't. I think I would like this photo if it was a little bit more grungy and had like a little bit more texture on it. I have to zoom in a second. I really want this photo to be featured. I really, really like this photo. I don't think I like this. This is the vibe I'm going for. I don't know how else to explain it, but I want like that 90s vibrant, colorful type of brand that speaks to the hip hop culture, not necessarily just like the Black culture. So I know I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I have to find what I wrote out for when I was thinking about the name for Scoops on Scoops. So let me see what I text to my friends. Okay, Scoops on Scoops, can't stop, won't stop scooping. So I found, so the original ones were the sweet spot, serving sweetness with herby swirl. Scoops on Scoops is originally because one scoop is never enough. Think about never too much. And then the third one was just one more bite. Can't stop, won't stop scooping. So I sent these to some of my friends and someone came back with take the one from 2 Scoops on Scoops and combine it with the can't stop, won't stop scooping. So can't stop, won't stop, Rockefeller Records. Just don't forget, your girl's a hip hop head. But anyway, So that is the vibe that I want to go for. I had to find it. Like, I literally had to find it. So thinking about that, let's zoom in here. And I like this ice cream photo for the, thinking of like a mock-up, but I don't know if I need it for the mood board. I think I could use it because of the font choice, so that would kind of help me. And what's really crazy is I've been recording for only 15 minutes. Why is my camera having to overheat? But none of it. Canon don't piss me off. Anyway, so I'm going to, since my camera wants to overheat, I'm going to go ahead and create the mood board, and then I'll come back once I have the mood board created. So I guess let's create this mood board.
Like half of that, I'ma need my money back. I'm riding through your hood, it piss me off again. Feeling new niggas come find me out there tripping like I don't got that designer pussy. All I'm trying to see is your credit card, swipe it off on me. Give me what I want, I don't need to just CC me, just VV me, just that dick when I call. No more feelings involved, I can see all I need to. Funny how you say you about us, you don't ever pull up on me, put it on me. Right. The one that want us can't give no, can't give no. Fuck, you drunk, take drugs. All I wanna do is fuck, get drunk, hop planes. All I said is no love, you, it would be no love, you.
All right, guys, we are back, and as you can see, here is the final palette. Again, I really wanted to try to give that 90s hip hop grunge type of feel, early 2000s. So I grabbed some photos of like design elements, what I envisioned the brand of it being scoops on scoops. So a lot of the ice cream that I chose did have scoops on scoops, of course, to really showcase what the brand is about. I grabbed that big worms design to kind of just like show, if you've been living on a rock and don't know Friday, that's really a prominent piece of culture in our community. So I really wanted to showcase that. So I'm like, okay, that can kind of be like that design element with the font choices. So I did like that to kind of give that hip hop 90s feel. And then the this one right here with the girl with the whole ice cream that's melting, and it's kind of like up from the photo is from underneath her. If you guys remember, like what was those magazines called, those hip-hop magazines? Bow Wow used to always be on the back of them, but like those hip-hop magazines, like those FUBU ads and things like that, where they would take the picture from down under and then be shot up. So that's kind of like a hip-hop type thing. Of course, Kanye, before he lost his mind, eating ice cream. I tried to find, I don't know if y'all remember, Pharrell had that line, the Billionaire Boys Club or whatever. I tried to find, I saw some photos with him with the hoodie, but I was really trying to find something else that kind of like actually had him eating ice cream. I couldn't find anything, so Kanye was the only person I could find, so I used him. And then I chose that photo with the flyer hanging from the clothespin. It's reminiscent to me of the shoes hanging from the power line. So that's why I chose that. I already kind of explained why I chose the lady with the rings, just really 90s, really hip hop, different rings, bold colors. And then the other ones are just like mostly for packaging and like design elements that I'm thinking I can incorporate. So from those photos, I picked threw out some colors, and these are the colors that I think I'm gonna go with. As you guys can see, I kind of label them A, B, and C, and D. So drop in the comments of which color palette you like the best. And I think I'm going to end part 1 here. So, before I end part 1, I did want to kind of talk about, no. I'm going to end part 1 here. So this was really walking y'all through the process of how I go through and source my photos, what I look for, what I think about when I'm designing a brand. Of course, this would be easier if you had a client and I could have taken the time to do that extra work and really like kind of do that brand development piece of it. But for the sake of time and my creativity, I decided to dive straight in. So next video, I'm going to finalize the color palette, and then we're going to work with those font choices that you saw. The reason I picked my fonts first was because I kind of already had a design in mind when I first read the brief. And a lot of times I will go through and I would either sketch or kind of type out what I want the logo to look like, so that then when I go and do my mood board, I kind of have like a starting, like I kind of know what I'm looking for, so I'm not everywhere. I kind of already have an idea of what I'm looking for. It just depends on the type of brand that I'm doing. Sometimes you can't start off like that, but usually for the sake of time, that's what I did this go around. But yeah, tell me what color palette that you like. If you like any of those colors, if you think I should grab elements from the different color palettes. If you want me to talk through color palettes, I can do that. I definitely will once I go through and pick which one I like. I kind of already know which one I like. And y'all tell me, and I'll look in the comments to see if y'all kind of guess what I like. But I kind of already think I know what I want to choose, but I just want to see what you guys think about the color palettes. And then in part 2, we will go and finalize the color palettes, finalize what the logo will look like, and then we will start on doing the not collateral, but like if I decide to do a word mark, we'll do that, and we'll design some brand elements before we move on to mock-ups. But thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you, like me, had your comfort drinks, because I did have some drinks. And yeah, this was fun. This kind of helped me flex my muscles a little bit, so I'm excited to continue this series. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next one. See y'all soon.
If I had you back, I wouldn't have did all that.